Okay, welcome. So in this one, we're gonna go over Q4 and how you can make the most money this Q4. Now, Albert, I listened to you last video and I upgraded the background, so hopefully you're happy. Now, you're gonna have to excuse me because I arrived here yesterday and I'm a little jet lagged. But I put this out on Twitter, so if you're not following me there, go to Twitter, you'll probably hear it first. Every time I get thoughts in my head, I kind of put it out there. And I'm going over this tweet in this video because basically I went over some real Q4 sales sauce, as I called it, because we're going into our third Q4 with this single brand, and every time we make a ton of mistakes, we learn a ton. Now, I'm not saying this strategy here is perfect by any means, but we made a lot of mistakes. Hopefully, I can help you, not make those mistakes. And there's a few things that we do specifically that I haven't seen many brands do that worked amazing for us last year specifically that we will be doing again this year. So hopefully, it helps you out. So first, you have to understand with Q4, the goal is that you need to be able to spend the most. Whoever could spend the most wins. And specifically during Q4, CPMs are up, everyone's spending money, so it becomes harder and harder to actually compete. So what you need to do is focus on boosting your AOV. So what we do is we do not discount our products on the front end. We'll give a discount to our email list on the back end, but everything on the front end is designed to increase the AOV. Now you may say, well, if there's no discount, there's no deal, but I'll explain to that because we actually give crazy discounts while still profiting more on day one than we would have with actually discounting. So I'll get into this. But the first thing you want to do is create an AOV threshold to boost AOV. This way you can spend more on ads, right? So if you're offering free shipping worldwide and it's working, I would still suggest you switch to making an AOV threshold. Let's say your AOV is 50, you can put the threshold at 65, 70, 75 bucks. And this way you actually encourage and have some sort of incentive for people to get to the threshold, which will increase your AOV. So by default, what we do is we kind of make our already existing shipping threshold more enticing, and we'll even increase that threshold to get an even more AOV boost. And you have to realize as well, during Q4, people are looking for deals. They're looking to spend money, and they will spend more money. So if your normal threshold is 100, you could probably push that to 115 without that much of an impact on your conversion rate because people will be spending more money anyways, right? So they're inclined to already spend more money. So for the offer for the threshold, what we do specifically is we have get X free gift card plus free shipping on orders over Y. So the reason we do a gift card is 80% of people who redeem the gift card will never use it. It's free money. And on top of that, if they do use it, you have a second or third purchaser coming back to purchase again who wouldn't have otherwise, because the cohort from customers, if you use Lifetime or some other tool to track your LTV cohorts, and you look back, the people who buy during these sale days are way less likely to come back and buy again. So not only do we make a crazy offer by giving them a free gift card that most will never redeem, so that the compared ad value for that bundle or whatever you're offering is a lot higher. The perceived value is so much higher. You could charge more for it. You're increasing your margin with only 80% of people, with 80% of people not ever redeeming it. Then on top of that, you're actually giving an incentive for a lot of people who would have never come back to buy another time, actually come back a second time. So that's the offer that we do on the threshold. Then what you want to do is you want to make a collection page for limited edition high AOV bundles. So let's say first we have a Halloween sale coming up, right? We'll have a Halloween sale collection page. Then when it turns to Black Friday, that goes to Black Friday, then Cyber Monday. And this collection page is where you're putting your highest AOV best-selling bundles. Now, if you don't know what those are, you're not really currently selling bundles, you need to start now. And you could use October as the time for all these sale days coming up to start testing bundles. Take your best sellers, put it into one. Add a free gift card. Add a free shipping threshold with a gift card. Add some free gifts. All these things let you increase the perceived value of this bundle. And so what we do is we theme these collection pages with these high AOV bundles, and we name the bundles to fit the theme and images to fit the theme. So if it's a Halloween sale collection page, all those first product images on those bundles are Halloween themed. And because we're able to increase the perceived value and AOV of that offering with a free gift card, free shipping threshold, free gifts, like these are high AOV bundles. So our normal AOV on my brand specifically is about $85, $85 to $90. Our lowest bundle is about $125. So they're expensive, right? And because we're doing all these things to increase the margin on these bundles, the compared at price, if we take the price of product A, B, C, D, E, F, and a free gift card that's in this bundle, it comes to like $350 or whatever, right? And now, but we're selling it for $125. So we're not only giving them a great offer with high perceived value, but then you could then discount that bundle massively. So we're not discounting on the front end, where let's say our normal AOV once again is like 85. Instead of discounting that 20%, we're creating a bundle about like $125, $150, $200. That's a crazy good offer because it has a huge discount. So we're discounting massively on the bundles only, which is fine because we still make more day one profit on that bundle than on the front end offer. So if your normal front end offer, let's say you make $50 per unit you sell, and you make this big bundle where you can mark it up as like 50% off, 60% off, 65% off, and profit still more than $50 per unit sold, that's when you know you have the good offers in place, right? So in October, you should be making a bunch of these different offers to test throughout your sales to your email list. That way, when you get into November, you already have those top bundles to sell. Hopefully that's making sense. Because then what you do is every sale, you simply switch up the graphics and the names and discounts of the bundles. So you want to save your best offers for Black Friday. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the biggest ones, right? So in October, let's use that same bundle as an example. We'll have that in the collection page, right? With a Halloween themed image, and it'll be called, I don't know, Halloween limited edition bundle. Obviously come up with some cooler names than that, right? And we see that does well. So then we bring it over to Black Friday, let's say. Now for Black Friday, the collection page is going to change. The imagery is on that going to change. The name of the bundle will also change, and we'll increase the discount on the bundle to make it even more enticing. So you need to plan out these sales in advance. That way, in October, maybe you start with that bundle 40% off. Then it goes up to 50% next sale. Then Black Friday, you're up to 65. Then Cyber Monday, you're down to 60, right? And all you're doing is making these bundles feel and look fresh and new, right? So in October, I recommend you test a lot. That way you can narrow down to your best sellers in November. And then each sale day, all you're doing is narrowing down even further to the best sellers and making them feel fresh and new. That way your customers see something new, and the new customers that are coming to the collection page, it's on theme, and the conversion rate will do better for those, okay? So that's what we do. And then like I kind of already went over, the bundle should have a huge enticing discount because even with this, you'll profit much more than compared to your hero offer, what your profit margins normally are. So I went over that. The first tip was to test different bundles in October for Halloween, then narrow down to the best sellers, and then make new variations of them. So once you figure out what the best sellers are, let's say you test 10 of these bundles in October, and you narrow them down to the top 5. With the 5, you can now create slight variations of those best 5 at different price points for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday one, for your biggest sale. So if once again, bundles 1 through 5 sell very, very well, how can we create the same core offering that works at maybe a lower AOV or a higher bundle or one that's mid-tier or a couple new free gifts or things like this? How can we make different variations of these bundles to once again add more options that we know will sell well based off the best sellers? So you want to do that alongside changing the theme and imagery and that sort of stuff. And then once again, I want to reiterate the tip number 2, which was increasing the perceived value and that AOV of the offering with the free gift card works insanely well because you do not need to discount further. If I add a free $25 gift card to a bundle, I can now mark that bundle up $25 more, which is free to me. So it's pure margin, right? Then on top of that, it's a great offering. On top of that, 80% of people will never use it. So it's free money. And the other 20% who do, great. At least you come back and you get a second customer. Like they come back and purchase again or for a third time because they have an incentive to come back now, right? So it's a win-win across all scenarios, if you ask me, which is also why, by the way, throughout Q4, this is completely off topic, but have gift cards available for purchase on your site. It's free money and people don't use them. Have them. If you don't have them, add them, okay? This is what we do for the front end for pretty much all of Q4. On the back end, we keep it simple. They're loyal customers who are on the email list who have already purchased. So site-wide and on the front end, site-wide, we have this threshold with usually a free gift card and maybe free shipping or a different free gift, but we have a threshold to try and boost AOV. We have specific bundles, typically all over that AOV threshold by a lot to profit more on day one, and these are really what we're focusing on advertising to new customers on the front end because everyone's going to be discounting their main products. Your margin's less there. If you have a higher AOV offering and you put ad spend behind that, you're going to be able to spend more and outbid your competitors. So that's what we do site-wide and for the front end. For the back end, well, they still have the same site-wide offer, and we also usually just offer them a flat discount code. Very simple. Don't overcomplicate the back end. They will have some strong offerings with these bundles and collections. Once again, we're looking for high AOV purchasers. And on top of that, people who spend more are more likely to come back and have higher LTV versus people who come in cheap at a discount. That's another reason why we do that. Then on the back end, we have a flat discount. And once again, we save the best discounts for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And the email list will buy, I think maybe we'll go up to 25%, mostly like 20%. Halloween, maybe 10%, a 15% here or there. But you keep the back end very simple. They will just convert, right? And you don't need to discount much because once again, you want the margin, especially because everyone's gonna be discounting heavily. Then once again, on the actual sale days, let's say we're halfway through Black Friday and we didn't hit the sales target, or we still have inventory we're sitting on that we need to sell through, and we need a boost in sales, then we just increase the discounts. That's it, right? Let's say the front end isn't selling as well as we wanted to. We don't need the margin, but we want more volume because we have to get rid of the stock or whatever, which has never happened because it's Black Friday and things sell like crazy. Then all we would do is increase the discount. Then we're on the back end, instead of offering 20%, we offer 25%, right? We just increase the discount, and then your sales will increase. The only other thing I'll say is if you're selling through your inventory quickly and you're going to run out way too quick, you could, just sell it quick and then turn to pre-order. If your logistics are in place, be careful with pre-order because it could bite you in the ass, but you can always go to pre-order if you sell out. Or two, you can increase your prices, right? That way you start selling through these slower, but your margin increases on them. Both are really good options if you're selling through your inventory too fast through Black Friday. And that's pretty much it. If you want to see a more in-depth breakdown of what we're doing for Q4, maybe it's the email strategy or more in depth. This was a big overview. Let me know in the comments. I can make a video on that. But I wanted to go over this one because one, the tweet did pretty well. I thought it was pretty interesting. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about the free gift cards too much in the bundles to increase the perceived value. It worked wonders for us last year. Once again, 80% of people never used them. The ones who did, we actually got second purchase out of them. And it allowed us throughout Q4 last year to take our AOV from 85 to, I believe, it was about 120 and above, right? Which lets us spend a lot more on ads compared to if we just discounted the front end, which we did the year prior, and we weren't able to do nearly as good. And on top of that, revenue is a vanity metric. We made a ton more profit. So hopefully this was useful. And if so, I'll see you in the next one.